By the time Emma listened closely enough to realize the whisper was repeating her name, it was already inside her apartment. Emma moved into 6C because it was cheap, not because it felt right. The landlord said the previous tenant left suddenly, and the rent had dropped by 40%. Red flag? Maybe. But for a broke grad student in a new city, cheap beat creepy. The first few nights were uneventful. Quiet neighbors, cold walls. The air always smelled faintly of bleach, like something had been scrubbed too hard, too recently. Then at exactly 3:33 a.m. every night, she started waking up. At first it was the creaking, like slow footsteps pacing back and forth above her bed. She lived on the top floor. Then the whispering began, soft at first, almost mistakable for wind sliding through the cracked window. But wind doesn't say names. Emma. She sat up in the dark, her ears straining. It stopped. She got up, turned on every light, checked under the bed, inside the closet, even behind the shower curtain. Nothing. Just her and the buzzing silence. The next night it whispered again, closer. Emma, come back. She recorded it on her phone. When she played it the next morning, there was no sound, just silence. But her cat, Shadow, hissed at the speaker like something was there, listening. That day she asked the landlord if anything weird had happened in 6C. He paused, then lied. Just plumbing issues, no deaths, no events. Emma hadn't asked about deaths. That night the whisper changed. Don't trust him. He took me. Then the lights flickered. The shadow stretched. And from the corner of her eye, Emma saw something tall in the hallway. When she looked directly, it was gone. But her closet door was open, and she never left it open. She shoved a chair against it and didn't sleep. The next day, Emma dug into the building's history. Apartment 6C used to belong to a woman named Rachel Madsen. She filed 3 noise complaints before vanishing. Her body was never found, and her final complaint said, "It keeps whispering to me. It wants me to open the closet." Emma returned to 6C with shaking hands and a bottle of salt and sage. She wasn't sure if she believed in ghosts, but she believed in whatever was in her walls. At 3:33 a.m., she waited. Whispering began, right on cue. Emma, help me. But this time, it came from inside the closet. She slowly removed the chair. Each footstep felt like it took an hour. Her hand reached the doorknob, trembling. She opened it, empty. Except, no, not quite. There was a small door at the back, maybe for pipes. It was ajar. She pulled it open. Darkness poured out like a liquid. The smell of rot hit her like a fist. Inside was a narrow crawl space, just wide enough for one person. On the walls were scratch marks, long, deep, desperate, and written in what looked like dried blood were the words, "He lives behind the wall." Emma turned to run, but the door slammed shut behind her. The whisper came again, this time right in her ear. "Stay." Her scream was never heard. When the landlord showed 6C to a new tenant a week later, he smiled politely and said, "No deaths, just plumbing issues." And somewhere behind the wall, something smiled back.